How trusting God can transform your life. Discover the divine path to true peace. In the fast-paced whirl of modern life, where days blend into each other and the noise of the digital age drowns out quieter voices, the call to center our lives around divine guidance becomes not only pertinent but vital. This grounding approach to existence transforms routine days into a series of purposeful actions and reactions, reshaping our mundane concerns through the lens of a higher calling. It is in this spiritual alignment that we find not only peace amid storms, but also clarity in confusion. At the heart of this journey is the premise that our daily pursuits, when placed under God's direction, flourish beyond what our own plans and efforts could ever achieve. Such a life is built on a foundation of trust, a trust that must be nurtured and renewed each morning, setting the stage for miracles that unfold quietly but profoundly. The impact of making God the cornerstone of our daily lives is profound. It infuses our mundane tasks with eternal significance, turns our relationships into ministries, and our challenges into opportunities for growth and testimony. This video explores the transformative power of living a faith-driven life. Drawing from the timeless wisdom of the Scriptures, the profound journeys of historical figures like C.S.Lewis and Abraham, and practical steps that anyone can follow, it aims to illuminate the path for those seeking to deepen their spiritual walk. By integrating divine guidance into our daily routines, we open ourselves up to a life that transcends the ordinary. This alignment with the divine does not promise an absence of trials, but it does offer a way to navigate them with grace and purpose. Through this exploration, we will uncover how daily communion with God shapes not just individual destinies, but also molds communities and influences the world, creating ripples that extend far beyond our immediate perception. The foundation of trusting in God. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight. Proverbs 3:5-6. This scripture underpins the necessity of faith in the Christian journey. It's not merely about passive belief, but involves an active surrender of one's daily decisions and uncertainties to God's wisdom. C.S. Lewis, once a staunch atheist, embarked on a quest for truth that ultimately led him to embrace Christianity. His transformation was largely influenced by friendships and intellectual challenges that encouraged him to question his disbelief. Similarly, Abraham's journey, as narrated in Genesis, exemplifies stepping into the unknown with faith, leaving his homeland without knowing the destination, solely trusting in God's promise. The practice of seeking God each morning reorients our mind and spirit towards His will. It allows us to set a precedent for the day, where our actions and decisions are guided by a sense of divine mission, rather than mere self-interest or reactive emotions. The daily walk with God, starting each day with a moment of connection with God, is akin to planting your feet firmly on the ground before taking a step forward. These initial moments in the morning can profoundly influence our mood, mindset, and approach to the day's tasks and interactions. Incorporating prayer, scripture reading, and meditation into the start of your day doesn't just offer spiritual nourishment, it sets a divine precedent, prioritizing God's voice over the clamor of the world. For many, these rituals may include a few minutes of silent prayer, reading a daily devotional, or writing in a prayer journal. The key is consistency and intentionality, making this special time a non-negotiable part of your morning. It's about creating a sacred space where you can listen for God's guidance, seek His wisdom, and prepare to carry His peace into the hectic day ahead. Life invariably presents challenges, from minor irritations to profound hardships. When faced with such trials, having a foundation of faith can transform our responses. Instead of reacting impulsively or with despair, a person guided by divine wisdom can approach situations with a calmness and confidence that comes from trusting in God's overarching plan. Biblical figures like Joseph and Esther provide stellar examples of maintaining faith in adversity. Joseph faced betrayal and imprisonment, yet he remained steadfast, seeing God's hand at work even in his suffering. Esther, on the other hand, used her position to save her people, acting with courage and foresight that undoubtedly stemmed from her deep faith. These stories can inspire us to view our own difficulties through a lens of faith, recognizing them as opportunities to demonstrate trust in God and to witness His power in our lives. Incorporating faith into everyday life can be daunting amidst the demands of modern living. However, small, actionable steps can lead to significant spiritual growth. Here are a few practical ways to maintain a daily walk with God. 1. Scheduled prayer times. Besides morning prayers, set specific times throughout the day for brief prayer breaks. These can be times of thanksgiving, moments of asking for guidance, or periods of seeking peace. Apps and reminders on your phone can help maintain this routine until it becomes a habit. 2. Scripture as a resource. Keep a list of go-to scriptures that speak to different challenges and emotions you commonly face. This personal scripture bank can serve as a quick reference for encouragement and wisdom throughout the day. 3. Spiritual accountability. Partner with a friend or join a small group where you can share experiences, challenges, and victories. This fellowship is vital in maintaining spiritual momentum and ensuring that your walk with God remains active and engaged. 4. Service and generosity. Actively look for opportunities to serve others and be generous. Whether it's volunteering, helping a neighbor, or supporting a friend in need, acts of kindness are a practical application of your faith and a testament to God's love working through you. 5. Reflective evenings. End your day as you began it, with God. Take time each evening to reflect on the day's events, see where God was present, and where you might have strayed from His path. This reflection not only offers a chance to see God's hand at work, but also prepares your heart for the following day. By weaving these practices into the fabric of daily life, believers can ensure that their walk with God is not just reserved for Sundays, but is a vibrant and constant presence. This daily engagement not only deepens personal faith, but also equips believers to handle life's trials with grace and wisdom, serving as lights in a world that often navigates by the dimness of short-sighted solutions. Transformative effects of faith. Faith is not merely a belief system, it is an active force that continuously shapes and reshapes the believer. By living a life attuned to divine guidance, individuals experience transformation in various aspects of their lives. Personal growth through faith manifests in increased patience, deeper empathy, enhanced resilience, and a more profound sense of purpose. This evolution is not always linear or immediate, but it is evident over time as one's character aligns more closely with the teachings and example of Christ. For instance, as believers commit to daily prayer and scripture reading, they often find that their responses to stress and adversity change. They may notice a decrease in impulsivity and an increase in thoughtfulness, reflecting the fruits of the Spirit mentioned in Galatians 5:22-23: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. These virtues are not just admirable qualities, but are essential tools for navigating life's complexities and relationships. Faith's transformative power extends beyond personal development to influence entire communities. Churches and faith-based organizations often spearhead initiatives that address societal issues such as poverty, injustice, and health crises. By embodying the principle of love thy neighbor, these groups create ripples of change that can reshape community landscapes. Historically, faith communities have been at the forefront of social movements, from the abolition of slavery to modern-day efforts against human trafficking. These movements are driven by the conviction that every person is valuable and deserving of justice and mercy, a core tenet of many faith traditions. On a more local level, faith prompts individuals to volunteer, donate, and support local causes. These acts of service strengthen community bonds and address immediate needs, showcasing the practical implications of a faith-driven life. For example, during natural disasters, faith communities often become centers of refuge and resources, demonstrating the collective power of shared beliefs in action. The influence of faith is not confined by geographic boundaries, it has a global dimension. Many of the world's largest relief organizations are faith-based, providing aid and support to people in crisis worldwide. These organizations operate on the principle that all humans are brothers and sisters under the divine, deserving of dignity and aid. Moreover, the moral and ethical teachings of faith traditions often inspire individuals to engage in international advocacy, promote peace, and support sustainable development goals. By championing causes such as environmental stewardship and economic equity, believers contribute to global conversations and solutions that seek long-term wellness for all of Earth's inhabitants. The long-term effects of faith are perhaps most vividly seen in generational legacies. Families that prioritize faith and community involvement tend to pass on these values to succeeding generations, creating a legacy of service and spiritual depth. This continuity ensures that the principles of faith are not only remembered but lived actively, influencing successive generations to meet the challenges of their times with wisdom and compassion. In educational settings, faith-based curricula and activities help shape young minds to think critically about the moral implications of their actions and society's structures. These educational efforts are vital in raising ethically aware and spiritually grounded future leaders. The transformative effects of faith, personal, communal, and global, demonstrate that faith is much more than an individual belief system. It is a dynamic and pervasive force that drives personal growth, community resilience, and global advocacy. By engaging with their faith daily, individuals not only enrich their own lives, but also contribute to broader societal and global betterments, embodying the principle that faith, when lived out, can indeed move mountains. Sustaining faith in times of uncertainty. In times of uncertainty and crisis, faith serves as an anchor, offering stability and hope. This steadfastness is not born from ignorance of life's realities, but from a deep-seated trust in God's sovereignty and goodness, regardless of circumstances. The biblical narrative is replete with stories of individuals and communities who faced immense trials, yet remained firm in their faith, drawing strength from their belief that God was with them. For modern believers, enduring hardships through faith involves both a recognition of God's presence in every situation and a reliance on the collective wisdom and support of the faith community. It's about finding strength in prayer, comfort in Scripture, and solidarity in communal worship. These practices help individuals not just to survive difficult times, but to thrive, finding purpose and even joy amidst trials. The church plays a crucial role in sustaining members' faith during tough times. Through organized support systems like counseling services, prayer groups, and social aid, churches act as beacons of hope and assistance. Furthermore, church leaders are often tasked with providing spiritual guidance and encouragement, helping congregants interpret their struggles through a theological lens that emphasizes resilience and hope. For example, during economic downturns or public health crises, churches often increase their outreach activities, providing not just spiritual support, but also tangible assistance, such as food pantries, jobs training programs, and health services. This holistic approach ensures that the church remains relevant and essential, not only as a place of worship, but as a vital community resource. Maintaining a long-term vision is fundamental for sustaining faith through life's ebbs and flows. This vision is rooted in the promises of God as articulated in Scriptures, which affirm that pain and suffering have their place, but are not the end story. Such a perspective encourages believers to look beyond immediate challenges and to trust in the ultimate fulfillment of God's good and perfect will. This long-term outlook also involves preparing the next generation through teaching and example. By instilling values of perseverance, trust, and hope, older generations pave the way for younger ones to carry the torch of faith, even in potentially darker times. This generational passage of faith is crucial in preserving the vibrancy and relevance of faith traditions amid evolving social and cultural landscapes. To actively sustain faith during uncertain times, believers can adopt several practical measures. 1. Regular reflection and meditation. set aside time for daily reflection on God's faithfulness in the past. This can reinforce trust and gratitude, acting as a counterbalance to current anxieties. 2. Engage in community service. Serving others can shift focus from personal struggles to the needs of others, providing a sense of purpose and mutual uplift. 3. Educate on faith's depths. Deepening one's understanding of faith through study and discussion can fortify believers against superficial doubts and challenges. 4. Embrace artistic expressions of faith. Engaging with or creating religious art, music, and literature can offer profound insights and emotional release, enhancing personal and communal faith experiences. 5. Foster open communications. Encouraging open dialogue about doubts and fears within a safe community setting can prevent isolation and strengthen communal bonds. Sustaining faith in times of uncertainty is both a personal and communal journey. It requires a balance of inward reflection and outward service, rooted in a deep trust in God's eternal promises. The church, as a community, plays a pivotal role in this by providing support, guidance, and a vision of hope that transcends present difficulties. By adhering to these principles and practices, believers can navigate life's uncertainties not just with resilience, but with a proactive faith that engages and uplifts both the individual and the community. The future of faith. As we look towards the future, the evolution of faith practices and community engagement continues to unfold, driven by technological advancements and changing societal norms. Innovative worship experiences, such as virtual church services and faith-based apps, are becoming more prevalent, allowing believers to connect with their faith and community from anywhere in the world. These digital platforms not only cater to a generation that is increasingly online, but also provide new avenues for spreading the gospel and engaging in communal activities. Furthermore, faith communities are exploring more inclusive and interactive forms of worship and community service, which resonate with a diverse and global audience. These include small group meetings online, live-streamed prayer sessions, and virtual Bible studies that encourage participation beyond geographical and traditional boundaries. Such innovations are not replacing traditional worship, but are enhancing and expanding the reach and impact of faith in a digital age. Engaging the younger generation in faith practices poses both challenges and opportunities. Today's youth navigate a complex digital landscape where ideas and beliefs are constantly being challenged and reshaped. Faith communities are responding by creating more relatable and accessible faith-based content that addresses contemporary issues such as social justice, environmental stewardship, and mental health from a faith perspective. Programs aimed at youth also focus on interactive and service-oriented activities that align with their values and interests. For example, mission trips and community service projects that allow young people to make a tangible impact while exploring their faith are particularly effective. These initiatives help bridge the gap between faith and daily life, showing young believers that their faith can be a dynamic force for positive change in the world. As we consider the future of faith, it's crucial for both individuals and communities to be proactive in shaping it. This involves embracing new technologies and methods to practice and share faith, actively engaging with the younger generation, and continuously adapting to meet changing needs within society. Believers are called to not only maintain their traditions, but also to be pioneers of innovation in their faith practices. This might mean adopting new forms of communication, exploring fresh expressions of worship, or rethinking community involvement. It's about making faith a living, breathing part of everyday life that resonates with all ages and transcends all barriers. The future of faith is vibrant and promising, marked by a continuous transformation that adapts to and embraces changes in the global landscape. By integrating innovation with tradition, engaging meaningfully with the youth, and committing to active service, faith communities can ensure that their beliefs remain relevant and impactful in the modern world. As we move forward, the resilience and adaptability of these communities will play a crucial role in maintaining the relevance and vibrancy of faith in an ever-evolving world. As we conclude our exploration of the transformative power of placing the divine at the center of our daily lives, it becomes clear that faith is not a static entity, but a dynamic force that influences personal growth, community bonds, and global initiatives. Each section of this discussion has underscored the profound impact that faith can have when it is actively and consistently integrated into every aspect of our lives, from our morning rituals to our responses in times of crisis, and our vision for the future. The daily walk with God, as we have seen, enriches the individual's life by fostering virtues like patience, kindness, and resilience. It equips us to face life's challenges not just with hope, but with a proactive grace that seeks to understand and align with God's will. In communities, faith acts as a catalyst for service and social change, driving efforts that reach far beyond the immediate scope of religious activities to touch the lives of those in need, both locally and globally. Looking ahead, the future of faith is poised to harness technological advancements and cultural shifts to continue spreading its message and engaging believers. The call to action is clear: to innovate while preserving the essence of our traditions, to engage the youth with relevance and vigor, and to continually adapt to an ever-changing world without losing sight of our spiritual moorings. In closing, the journey of faith is one of continuous transformation and steadfast hope. It calls each believer to not only seek personal sanctification, but also to contribute to the larger narrative of God's work in the world. As we each make daily commitments to seek divine guidance, support one another in faith communities, and look forward with optimism to the innovations that lie ahead, we reinforce the enduring relevance and necessity of faith in a modern world. By grounding ourselves in the principles discussed throughout this video, we can ensure that our faith is not merely a part of our lives, but the foundation upon which all else is built. May we move forward with the confidence that our daily pursuit of God will not only transform our own lives, but also have a lasting impact on the world around us, proving that indeed, a life led by faith is a life led on the highest path of human existence. Let us carry forth the torch of faith with renewed vigor, knowing that each step we take in faith is a step towards a brighter, more hopeful future for ourselves and for generations to come.